Assalamu alaikum everyone, and let's talk about Bitcoin because I do have some few things that I want to show you for Bitcoin at the moment. Some very interesting things going on in the charts, and the chart actually suggests that the bear market is over. And I've been saying this for the past 4 to 5 months that I'm going to bring back the bulls back. And speaking about bringing the bulls back, yesterday we were in a crazy profit with Pepe 2. We actually got like 57%, 35% win yesterday. We've been 75% up in November. So if you want to be a part of this private for $10 for 30 days, December is opened up and you can message me on Atom Coins. Okay, you message me right there. Okay, back into the Bitcoin chart. So number one, I want to straight dive into the daily, and I'm going to open up the RSI on the daily time frame. So I was looking at the RSI, and the RSI is at the maximum where Bitcoin actually starts to drop. So this here on the daily move down, right there on the daily a move down, right here on the daily move down, and right there on the daily move down. Okay, now it doesn't really mean that the prices cannot continue higher. There are chances that the prices can actually move higher, and that's what I want to talk about. So let's get into the weekly, and the weekly comparison is going to be very, very, very important, I guess. So let's look at this, right? When you open up the weekly, and let's actually bring in the RSI. I was studying the RSI very, very carefully here, and if I do zoom in on the RSI right now, and let's go back into time. This was back in 2019. This was your 2019 bear market where you went to the downside and literally bottomed out in 2020. So you can see that there was this little bit of resistance that happened for Bitcoin, which was this right over here. Or let's take the arrow, and you had this resistance, number one. You had that resistance, number two. Now notice how when you literally came up to this resistance right here, okay, that resistance over there, this one right over here, what happened is the prices were rejected. Okay, on the RSI you got that rejection, you move a little bit slightly to the downside, and then you finally pumped up, and this high was in 2021 when Bitcoin went up to $69,000. Okay, or perhaps somewhere right in this area you started actually to make this bull run, and then you pretty much ended up going there. So this was back in history. When I show you the RSI right now, imagine that if I do take a circle at the moment, I don't know where the circle is, we're gonna have to search. Okay, so this is the circle right there, and boom, that zone. Okay, and if I take another circle and I draw this circle right over here, these are pretty similar in my opinion if you actually look at it. Okay, so if you have this one here and if you have this one right here, they're pretty similar. What happened? This is a little bit smaller, this is a little bit bigger, and notice how when you break above you really push to the upside, and now you have broken above that resistance over there. So this is a very clear breakout if you notice, and we may start to push up to the highest part of the weekly, which is up to 89, and you're sitting at 74 at the moment. So that's what the RSI I was looking at previously. Another thing is, let's study how the weekly is going to behave. Now if you notice the candles, that was the RSI. Let's actually switch to the candles, and you have a candle that suggests a reversal. This is a reversal candle known as a hanging man, right? So the hanging man pattern right there shows that probably Bitcoin wants to reverse to the downside. There are chances of that, but again, if you compare the history, we had the very same thing. So what was pretty much here, whatever this was, and whatever the breakout was here, is probably similar to what this is right now, and the breakout happening right now. So if you compare this breakout with this breakout now, and both of them are also similar on the RSI, because that's the breakout here as well, and that's the breakout there as well, then we may see Bitcoin literally be interested to push even higher and probably to $49,000 or $47,000 up until December. Why? Because again, if you go back in history, you did made a breakout, but when you made the breakout, let's actually zoom in the candles, you did end up making reversal candles, but you didn't really push to the downside. You invalidated those reversal candles and you continued even higher and higher and higher. Okay, so we may see something very, very, very similar right now, and we may actually see Bitcoin making this little bit of reversal candles, but eventually they get really, really rejected and then pushed to the upside, because this is an ascending triangle, and the ascending triangle technical target is up to $47,000. And then you have a falling wedge, which also tells you that Bitcoin is more interested to push up to $69,000. And by the way, the private for December is opened up. You can message me on Twitter, AdamCoins_, to be a part of it. And I'm going to see you with the next one. Allah Hafiz.